What's up guys, David1797 here, back with another video. Now this video is going to be about iPad. Now I don't know if I actually mentioned in a previous video, I actually sold my iPad Pro 12.9 inch quite a few months ago now. I was using it for my work and I changed into a slightly different role and I was not using it as much. At the time, I tried to sell my old iPad mini 2. I couldn't sell it. I essentially, at the time, tried to sell my iPad mini to continue with the iPad Pro 12.9 inch. I ended up not using that as much. I kept using my iPad mini 2. I wanted to talk about why I chose the iPad 2017 model over the iPad 10.5 inch model. iPad Pro for 2017. The main reason I went for the iPad 2017 over the Pro was based on my usage. I've been using, if you think about it, an iPad mini 2 for 3 years. It's been doing everything that I've needed. The iPad Pro was very handy using the Apple Pencil and everything, but that was about it. That was really handy for work. I don't do that anymore, so my iPad mini 2 was suffice. Being 3 years old, it was starting to struggle. It would play up, freeze, and using it was becoming very frustrating. I was offered via my phone company a very lucrative offer for the iPad 2017. Very cheap offer to get this model on a SIM plan linked in with my phone plan. That was what really tempted me to upgrade was, hey, I can get an iPad that is a fairly awesome price, even better than the price it actually is outright. That's going to be an upgrade for what I have, going to last me quite a number of years, and it's going to do everything I want. So essentially the main reason I went for this iPad is all I really use an iPad for is a little bit of browsing, a little bit of video, YouTube, Netflix, streaming. That's really it. In saying that, the iPad Pro was very, very tempting. And that 120 FPS refresh rate is so good to look at. When you compare to this one, that almost sold me just looking at that. There wasn't too much that the 10.5 inch had on me. Now the 12.9 I personally think is actually too big for an iPad. I can understand some people out there would use it. I think the 9.7 and the 10.5, I actually think the 10.5 is a sweet spot. 9.7, 10.5 are perfect sizes. I've had a 9.7 inch iPad 3, as you would call it. I then hated the weight, so I moved to the iPad mini. I wanted to go back to that bigger screen. The mini is great for commuting, terrible for typing in landscape, really good for typing with your thumbs. I found a difficult device to do and type things on, so I wanted to go back to the bigger screen. The main differences are 4 speakers, obviously really cool. I love the sound of the 4 speakers on the 10.5 inch, but for me, not necessary. If I'm going to watch something or listen to something on this, I'll plug some headphones in. A lot of people have trouble with the display, so with the iPad, it is not laminated to the glass. When looking side by side, you can definitely see a difference. The iPad Pro looks much better with its laminated display, a lot more contrast. It's right there. I guess the best way I can describe the difference is if you listen to this, that's what it sounds like when you're typing on, because you're actually tapping on a bit of an air gap of glass before the display, which is sitting underneath. I had an iPad mini 2 which did not have a laminated display, so it didn't bother me too much. Now looking at this, I don't notice. If I had an iPad Pro next to it, I'm sure I would notice, definitely. But I'm not going to have an iPad Pro next to this. If I was to go for the Pro, I would have been spending a significant amount more for quite a few features that I wasn't going to use. That is why I went with the iPad 2017. So I think any consumer, this is an awesome iPad for what you get for the price. Other than that, the Pro, I can completely understand. It has its place. It's an awesome iPad for the price and it can do some amazing things. And the 12.9 inch, I can understand, has its place for a niche market. But for, I think, 90% of consumers, this iPad is the way to go. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, I'll be giving you another one about this iPad probably in about a month's time. I only just got it today, so this is a fresh video, and I'll give you an update on how I'm going with it. Other than that, if you like this video, give it the thumbs up. If you feel the other way, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe for more guys, and I'll see you in the next one.